This week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
Okay, I'm sure you spoke to Eddie Hearn today about what's going on with Fury Whyte. Now, there's been a lot of back and forth from Team Fury and the Warren camp with Hearn and stuff. So, what's your take on that? Obviously, Eddie's brought up some potential issues with the fight, like Fury's UK licence, and there was the WBC deposit thing, which has now been sorted. And then Frank's come out and spoke to the Daily Star and said, I don't know why people are asking Eddie about Fury Whyte. It has nothing to do with the fight. If he wanted to do something with the fight, he should have put in more money and won the bid. So, what have you made of this ongoing back and forth?
Well, I've had a catch-up with Eddie Hearn, the promoter Eddie Hearn, today. I spoke to Frank Warren on Saturday for a piece in the Sunday Telegraph as well, and rightly so. I mean, Dillian Whyte is now promoted for this Tyson Fury fight by Queensberry and Top Rank, Bob Arum and Frank Warren. They won the bid, $41 million. I believe the money is in escrow now. The $4 million, the
deposit, yeah.
The deposit is in escrow, so it's there. No issue with that. I believe we're going to get a press conference. Frank Warren told me late this week, but I hear there is a few wranglings between the promoters over things that are still outstanding, so it looks like it's going to move even further. But the fight's going to be signed and it is on. What was the other thing you asked?
Did I ask? No, just the back and forth going on.
Look, it was the 3 or 4 of the biggest names in the sport. They are heavyweights. It's the biggest paydays, the biggest fight nights, the most money generated, the biggest audiences, all outside Canelo, of course. So there was bound to be wrangling, that you could not get those people around a table ever. It would be war to get them around a table. So I'm surprised that there weren't more things that were dirty linen aired in public. Like, they all came out, they've all blamed each other. It was Fury's fault, Joshua asked for too much. But at the end of the day, they tried to get it on. It was a bit of a circus, 3 step-asides. It didn't work. We've got the 2 big fights that we are going to get now. Eddie Hearn's told me Usyk, Joshua will be announced in the next couple of weeks. And, they're looking at Wembley Stadium, they're looking somewhere in London. It's going to be a big event. That's going to be in May. Either the end of April or 2 fights in May. It's going to be enormous for the heavyweight division again. And hopefully towards the end of the year, we'll get this heavyweight undisputed title. It's all bygone now. It's in the past what happened over those 3 or 4 months of negotiations.
Those are the words of Garath Davis. And he's saying the press conference is being delayed due to the issues between promoters. Now, that's one thing that people question, like, what is the hold up with the press conferences? Because that's when shit gets real. When you see a press conference, that's when okay, cool, everything's signed, everything's sealed, and it's damn near ready to be delivered. And it's interesting to me because you don't hear about that. You hear about the escrow, you hear about the purse bid. We heard what Eddie Hearn said, we heard what Frank Warren said after Eddie Hearn said what he said. So we've heard a lot, but we haven't really seen anything as far as the escrow. I need to see these 2 guys together. I need to see these guys face to face. I need to see Tyson Fury say what he's going to say, because he's going to say something that is disturbing, that is entertaining, that's straight up Tyson Fury magic, right? And Dillian Whyte, he's not going to back down, because Dillian Whyte and those guys have bad blood together, right? So I think that they really need to get these issues done. But I do agree with Garath on this. Big as this fight is, okay, and regardless of what people tried to make this fight small and make it trivial like it didn't matter. No, this is a huge fight, and it's happening in the UK, and it's going to do massive numbers. You wouldn't be talking about Wembley or Cardiff if this wasn't a big event. You know what I'm saying? You don't even hear venues like the O2, which the O2, is good and big because that's Dillian Whyte's stomping ground, but it's not a Wembley, right? It's not that. But that's what you hear of, and you hear that because they know how big this is going to be. And it will sell, and people are going to make it done and happen. And because it's so big, they have to have everyone in sync. Okay? But my thing, here's my counter to that, though. If the purse bid is won, right? What he's saying, the issue between promoters, he has to be talking about Frank Warren and Bob Arum. Think about it. They're the ones promoting the fight. So they're the ones that pick and choose. It's not they have to get with Eddie and Eddie has to confirm. Then he has to go and tell Dillian Whyte, and Dillian Whyte has to be okay. Then he can go back and tell them. It's none of that. These two guys, Bob Arum and Frank Warren, are promoting this fight. They're co-promoting together, side by side. They're doing what they do. Right? They're doing the damn job, supposedly. Right? So where is the issue at that point? That's my counterpunch. Like, what the hell is that about? Okay, we know how it was at the beginning. We know how the purse bids went. We know how the splits were. We knew. And that's in the past because that's been sorted out. But what is the issue with the damn press conference? Because that's something that I definitely want to see. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Garath Davis giving his take on the issues with Tyson the Gypsy King Fury and Dillian the Body Snatcher Whyte. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.